I don't think people understand this Solana fire dancer. And again, not just picking on Solana because I'm long of it, but it's just like they're thinking that Solana's theoretical TPS is 65,000. Fire dancer takes it to 1 million. And it was built by Jump Trading. And the idea is you can therefore use blockchain for high frequency trading. So therefore it can be used for all exchanges. And if you think about the mess of FTX, we need exchanges on blockchain. We need the recorded ownership of assets. When Lehman Brothers went under, everybody's got a claim on the collateral, and there's 35 claims on the same piece of collateral. Right? This sorts it all out, automatic settlement of everything. We've seen that in DeFi. DeFi is a great experiment in showing that everything can automatically settle.
The CEO and founder of Real Vision, Raoul began investing in Bitcoin in 2013 and has since been heavily involved in the digital asset industry. As the shift from crypto spring to a strong bull market gathers steam, Pal shares the optimism of many others in the industry on a variety of assets. Most people's focus recently has been on Bitcoin, the most popular cryptocurrency. In June, the most prominent asset management company in the world, BlackRock, started the ball rolling by applying to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to establish a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. Analysts are nevertheless optimistic about Bitcoin's success in the months running up to the halving and beyond, despite recent price volatility. Pal doesn't have a lot of money riding on Bitcoin, but he still thinks the main cryptocurrency is going to do well. Pal is also bullish on a number of other cryptocurrencies, predicting that investors would see healthy returns in the years 2024 and beyond. Pal is keeping a close eye on Solana because the former Goldman Sachs CEO thinks the Spanish player has enormous potential. Firedancer, a new Solana blockchain validator client, is particularly encouraging to Pal, optimizing Solana's network performance. This alternative client fixes previous outage issues and makes the network more secure. Before the present bull market ends, Pal thinks Solana might see a staggering 50x gain. Pal has a favorable outlook on a number of digital assets and cryptocurrencies, including Solana and NFTs. He seems to have a positive and varied view on the future of cryptocurrency and its possible benefits for investors. A myriad of points. Furthermore, I am unsure of the response. It's not easy. I started the asset management company in part because of this. This is the most challenging part of exponential asset management, which I have mastered. Owning the top 3 or 4 is a piece of cake. Picking the winners is a huge pain unless you're immersed in it all day and know everything. My original plan all along was to launch an investment firm specializing in crypto hedge funds. Otherwise, it's incredibly difficult to do, so finding that is a lot of work. Again, we can all go back on our wallets and see evidence of when we were wrong about the next big thing. However, I just do not believe that we can determine if it is a winner-take-all situation. Actually, I have my doubts. In my opinion, many chains will serve various purposes. However, there will likely be a total of 5 that control 80 of the market. I suppose XRP qualifies. It works. Although it has many applications, it is not the most efficient asset. It's simply a blockchain that is put into action. There are several more with large market caps that serve no practical use whatsoever. Doge is an option, I suppose. The fact that Doge has a massive market cap is entirely due to the fact that retail investors are driving it, even though Elon may utilize it for payment systems or something. We're in this crazy space and it's nuts. The entire area of the meme is crucial in my opinion. Actually, Bitcoin's greatest meme was probably not digital gold, but rather its meteoric rise in value, wasn't it? That meme is absolutely incredible, isn't it? People understand it. Because these are novel concepts, people lack the conceptual tools to adequately understand them, making memes all the more crucial. It's also somewhat an offspring of the web. Dogs wearing hats are currently all the rage in the meme world, and that's suitable. Culture and supposition are the only things at play here. It's cultural value. One thing's culture can become ubiquitous like Dodge, and then it can vanish just as quickly. Therefore, it is really challenging, but holy cow, the payoff is substantial. My 10D gem portfolio includes a few memes that I believe have potential but require significant effort to implement. It turns out that several of my pals are pros in this area. The meme is their main focus. Instead of focusing on the meme itself, which might get viral in a matter of days before fading away, I try to keep an eye on the meme that could last for a year or two. Again, it's not easy, and I don't recommend it unless you're an expert, or at least don't use the tend, because that's a surefire way to mess it up. You assume that the next 100x is simply around the corner. You risk your whole savings only to have it all ripped out from under you, and then all of a sudden, you find yourself bankrupt. Prefer to receive calls via phone. I understand. The one that stands out, doesn't it? A lot of people like Alan are far out in space, so you should expect to start receiving phone calls from them soon. A number of them have individuals taking care of this bucket on their behalf. Therefore, they're never far away. Periodically, the Stan Druckenmillers and the Paul Joneses will come and go. In other words, they don't believe in anything. Even though they're traders, they understand. A lot of people, like the Louis Bacons of the world, have teams of people working on various projects. On the other hand, there is the group of billionaires that includes both hedge fund managers and the general public. Last cycle was the first time several of them participated. Undergone metal testing, we're thinking, God, this isn't easy, but we anticipate their return. From that group, I'm also receiving a fair amount of calls asking whether we should go back in, and if so, how can I proceed? To what end is this being used? So, in my opinion, they will all be returning. Plus, I believe they'll stick around this time since they get it. Learn the ins and outs of this asset by going through a cycle. Therefore, I anticipate that they will remain this time and find a solution. Global Macro Investor is a service that many of these individuals use, and I have derived a lot of my work from it. Additionally, I have demonstrated that cryptocurrency is a macro asset. It's propelled by the identical liquidity factors. And you keep demonstrating that there's a story going on, which is something along the lines of this is hilarious, internet money, etc. As you demonstrate to them, the forces are identical. Thus, you are free to employ global M2 or liquidity or both. After that, you have to show that you can utilize the same macro tools with other assets. Can you tell me the results? Crypto is 5, 10, or 20 times better, even when you account for risk. I believe you also tweeted about it. On the very bottom left, you can see the hysterical scatterplot of risk rewards for all of the assets according to Fidelity. After that, you take a second glance and to your surprise, Bitcoin is displayed prominently in the upper right corner. Family offices, which do not have a mandate, have been the primary source of private capital for this entire field, in my opinion. They are free to do what they like. Therefore, family offices have been and will continue to be the primary drivers of the venture capital and hedge fund industries. There are still very few institutions. All of them are educators in the Lone Star State. A small number have really allocated. No one has done a major allocation. The Middle East is making a lot of noise, but I don't think many people will return with tickets. I believe that is still to be resolved. It seems that way because when you consider the globe in its entirety, not a single hedge fund is listed on the Cambridge Associates or other major platforms, even when we consider Expand as a hedge fund. Simply put, they aren't crypto experts. Therefore, there is currently no longer the conventional procedure whereby a large pension fund would approach Cambridge Associates, conduct Cambridge due diligence, identify suitable hedge funds, and then allocate. Therefore, until there are trailblazers working for the company, they don't truly have a solution. As a result, we should expect to see more of these large institutions this time around. When we were here before, we saw a fair amount. This time, we'll witness more. Most likely, it's a subsequent cycle. There are dishonest fund managers out there, and they know they can fool the risk manager by claiming, I've just got an equity. That's why I believe ETFs are a good thing. IBIT is the name of it. This is a fairness. Its nature remains a mystery to you. Furthermore, it is Bitcoin. Indeed, it is what they intend to achieve. It's likely that many will do it, and in due time, they will receive the orders to carry it out correctly.